At the beginning of the story, it is told that a warrior group called the Power Rangers was sent to Earth so that they could protect the extremely powerful geocrystals. But among them, the Green Ranger, whose name is Rita, betrayed the group, and she wanted to gain the power of the crystal for herself. One by one, the Rangers were eliminated, but Zordon, who is the Red Ranger, used his power to save the geocrystal. He buried the power of the Power Rangers and the geocrystal in the Earth so that new protectors could find it in the future. A few seconds later, Rita appeared before her old companion and asked where the geocrystal was, but Zordon said that it was too late now. He ordered his robot assistant Alpha 5 to drop a very large meteor on the planet. That extremely dangerous meteor broke Rita's staff and threw her into the depths of the ocean. Along with this, Zordon and the dinosaurs that lived on Earth were finished, but that geocrystal remained safe for millions of years. Now the story has arrived in the present time. A boy named Jason Scott was pulling a high school prank with his friend. He had released a live bull inside the locker room, but soon the police were called. They spotted Jason trying to escape in his father's truck. Then on the road, he collided with a car. But the good thing was that he was not seriously injured. However, for everything he had done, he was placed under house arrest and was also given a full year of detention. Then the next day at school, he met Kimberly, who is a cheerleader, and Jason secretly liked her. There we also see a quite smart boy named Billy, but a bully named Cole was troubling him a lot. Jason told Cole that if you really want to fight, then try fighting me. When Cole tried to attack, Jason easily dodged it and slapped him right on the face. Then he gave a warning saying, "Do not bother the boy without any reason." Because of this act of his, both Billy and Kimberly were very impressed. After class ended, Jason was heading outside, but on the way, he ran into Billy. Billy thanked him and asked if he wanted to go out for a bit. Jason refused and showed him his electronic ankle bracelet that the police had made him wear. Now Billy said, "Let's make a deal." Billy said that he could turn off this bracelet, but then Jason would have to take him to the mines at the edge of town. In exchange for that, you can take my car and roam around as much as you want the whole night. Jason agreed, and a little while later arrived at Billy's house. Billy reprogrammed the bracelet from his computer in just a few seconds. Now Jason was free, so to keep his promise, he took Billy to the mines. Inside the mines, Billy asked Jason for a little help, but Jason said, "Look, brother, I have done my part. Now I'm taking your car and going for a ride." But as he was walking to the car, he started feeling bad for Billy. He turned back, thinking he should just help his friend out. Just then, he noticed that Kimberly had jumped into a river near the mountain. When she did not come out for a long time, Jason thought she might have drowned. He ran to save her, but Kimberly came out after a little while and was very surprised to see him, asking, "What are you doing here?" Meanwhile, inside the mine, Billy had placed a small explosive. As soon as he set it off, the walls of the mine started collapsing rapidly. Hearing the sound, Jason and Kimberly ran in that direction and saw Billy, who had survived. A little later, Trini and Zach, who were passing by, came to see what the sound was about. Everyone gathered near a large rock that had 5 coins embedded in it. Zach took a hammer from Billy and pulled out the coins. Each coin was emitting a different colored light. Just then, they suddenly heard the sound of a police car, so Jason told everyone to run to the car. Billy drove the car extremely fast. While heading toward the field, they spotted a train. Jason said that if they crossed the train tracks in time, they would escape the police. But their car was not fast enough, and the train hit them directly. At that very moment, some fishermen were fishing out at sea. Something strange got caught in their net. When they pulled the net up, they found a body that looked like a human, appearing to have been dead for years. The sailors could not understand what it was, but still, they kept the body to hand over to the police. The next day, when they arrived at the city port and went to check the body, they found out that this body was alive. It turned out to be the same old villain Rita, and she killed the entire crew. On the other side, Jason, Billy, and Kimberly woke up in their own rooms. They could not understand how they had survived the train accident. They had no injuries either, and those special coins were still with them, so it was definitely not a dream. When Billy went to school, Cole came again to trouble him. He tried to twist Billy's arm, but could not even move it. Then he started hitting him with his head, but knocked himself out instead. After all this, Billy also became a little popular at school, but Kimberly and Jason called him aside to talk. All three showed their red, blue, and pink coins, and Jason said that these coins have magical powers inside them. To find out the truth, all three went back to the mine area where they found Zach and Trini. They both had black and yellow coins. Both of them had also received superpowers. Showing off their new strength, they were climbing the mountain with great ease. The other three did the same, and when they reached the top, Zach took a test and jumped from one mountain to another. There was a deep valley in between. Seeing Zach do this, Jason, Kimberly, and Trini did the same. But when it was Billy's turn, his jump fell a little short, and he ended up hanging on the edge of the mountain. Everyone got tense, but soon Soon they heard Billy's voice, and he said, "Jump, this place is safe." When everyone jumped, they fell into a river inside a cave. There, Billy spotted a passage going through the deepest part. Crossing that passage, all five reached the other section of the cave. There they found a spaceship that had been hidden for thousands of years. The ship's structure was completely sealed, but Jason noticed that his coin started glowing as it got close to the ship. When he brought the coin near the ship, a gate opened. All five decided to check out what was inside, but suddenly, a robotic hand grabbed Trini. Zack tried to save her, but a small android easily defeated him. He introduced himself as Alpha 5. Seeing the 5 coins together again, he was very happy and said that we had been waiting for new warriors for a very long time. But our 5 heroes could not understand what was going on. The robot told them to step onto the platform ahead because he alone could not answer their questions. Everyone listened to him and climbed onto the platform. As soon as they went up, the ship activated and a panel opened before them showing a face that looked like a human. Alpha introduced everyone to their leader Zordon, who millions of years ago was one of the guardians of the world. With the help of Alpha 5, a part of Zordon's power had been preserved until today, and he had now become the mind of the spaceship. Zordon was surprised to see that the power coins had chosen 5 very young kids, but there was no time to waste. He asked the 5 of them for help because the world is in danger. Zordon told them about the geocrystal. It is a source of power that gives life, and it would be hidden somewhere around this city. The Power Rangers' job is to make sure that crystal does not fall into enemy hands no matter what, because if it goes into the wrong hands, it could give someone the power to destroy the entire world. To prove his point, Zordon put all 5 into a hypnosis state. There, they saw their city being completely destroyed, and all of this was done by none other than Rita. After the vision, it was explained that Rita is about to return, and only the Rangers can stop her from taking the crystal. But before that, they must learn to control their powers through a special technique called morphing. After understanding all of this, Trini thought this was all madness and left. Zack, Billy, and Kimberly also went with her. Jason also started to leave, but Zordon said that the power coin chose you for a reason. He also told him that before you, I was the Red Ranger, but now you have to lead the Rangers and save the world before it is too late. These words forced Jason to think. He went outside and met the rest, who were waiting for him. Kimberly asked, "Can you really believe this story?" Despite not being sure, Jason made the decision to come back the next day and said he would wait for the others at the top of the mountain. True to his word, Jason went to the location and was happy to see that the others had already arrived. Now they all went back toward the ship. Zordon told them that to transform into Power Rangers, they would have to learn to morph. There's an armor inside your coins. It will need to be activated, but Rangers can only transform when they have fully embraced their powers. After explaining all of this, Zordon asked all 5 to step onto a circular platform called the Morphin Grid so that their bodies and minds could connect. Following his instructions, everyone stepped onto the platform to activate their powers, but they could not connect with each other and the system shut down. This made it clear that they were not ready to work as a team. Zordon ordered Alpha 5 to take them to the arena, where they would have to undergo intense training, without their armor too. Arriving there, the small android activated the training simulator and created some high-tech holograms that looked exactly like Rita's soldiers, called putties. Zack thought, this is just a hologram. It can't really hurt me. That is why he went into the arena first. But he quickly realized that these holograms have a physical body too. With just one blow from them, he fell. Alpha 5 explained to everyone that they would have to train hard in the coming days. Only then would there be even a 1% chance that they could face Rita. Training began, and despite their powers, they were having a lot of difficulty fighting the holograms. So Alpha 5 taught them a special technique where they would need to dodge the enemy's attacks and then grab them from behind and throw them to the ground. Jason and the others learned this well and practiced fighting effectively, but no one had been able to morph yet. To motivate them a little, Alpha 5 took them to another section of the cave. There he showed them his main companions, the Zords. These machines are based on creatures from the age of the ancient dinosaurs. And these are your rides, but you will only be able to control them once you learn to morph, because the Zords can only be summoned after wearing the armor. After showing all of this, Alpha 5 told them to continue their training, but Zack secretly decided to test his Zord. What was bound to happen, happened. He could not control the machine, and the Zord went out of control down the mountain. After a great struggle, Zack somehow brought the Zord back to the ship, but while crossing the mountain wall, he had almost crushed his friends with the machine. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but Jason was very angry at Zack's attitude and went to talk to him. Zack was not listening to him, but Jason grabbed him, and then the two of them started fighting in front of everyone. Billy stood between the two of them and asked asked them to stop. Just then, suddenly Billy's armor activated. Everyone looked at him in surprise and asked, "How did you do that?" But even Billy himself did not know how it happened. A little while later, the armor disappeared again. Then Zordon's voice came, and he asked Billy to morph again. But even after trying very hard, Billy could not do it. This disappointed Zordon, and he canceled the day's training. He said, "Just go for now. My mind is done. You all are not ready yet to become Power Rangers." Hearing this, everyone left feeling sad. But Jason went inside the ship to talk to Zordon. There, he overheard Zordon talking to Alpha 5, saying that it was very important for the kids to activate the Morphin Grid. Otherwise, he would not be able to come back to life. Hearing this, Jason accused Zordon of just using them to get his own body back. Zordon tried to explain, but Jason said, "I trust my team, and we will fight even without your help." Going outside, Jason met the rest, and then Zach suggested, "Let's go camping in the mountains." On the other side, Rita was draining the energy of people in the shipyard and absorbing it into herself. After regaining some of her strength, she went to a jewelry shop and stole all the gold. Using that gold, she fixed her staff. A police officer came with a gun and asked her to surrender, but Rita directly refused. The officer fired a shot, but Rita healed in just a few seconds. She used her power to cause destruction everywhere and left with the remaining gold. On the other side, our 5 heroes were sitting around a campfire in the mountains. Zach said that maybe we are not able to morph because our connection with each other is not strong enough. Just a few days ago, they were not even friends. He said, "Tonight, let's get to know each other properly." Zach started by sharing that he lives with his mom, and his mom is very sick. He is afraid that he might lose her soon. Then Billy shared that he had come to the mountain that day because it was his father's favorite place. His father had left this world years ago. In the same way, everyone else also opened up and shared their hearts, and they realized that they were quite similar to one another. Later, Trini was at her house when Rita entered her room and attacked her. Without her armor, Trini was not very powerful. Instead of killing her, Rita gave her an offer. "If you betray your team and give me the Geo Crystal, I will spare your life." Far away, Jason was resting when Kimberly came to him. She said that maybe the others were not able to morph because of her. She had once, out of jealousy, shared a private photo of a girl at school. Since then, she had carried a sense of guilt. She did not think she deserved any of this. To this, Jason explained that we cannot carry the weight of one mistake forever. She could work with her friends to make up for her mistake and now use her powers to do something good for the city. Just then, a message came from Trini, and everyone gathered in the school courtyard. There, Trini told everyone that Rita had attacked her and had asked her to join her side. Jason told everyone that he would face Rita, whether they had armor or not. The rest agreed as well, and Trini revealed that Rita was hiding in the old shipyard. Everyone went there carrying iron rods and chains. There, a man was sitting in a chair, but he was just an ordinary sailor whom Rita had tied up. Suddenly, Rita appeared and attacked with her staff. Everyone tried to fight together, but Rita defeated all of them and then locked them inside a ship. Rita asked for the location of the Geo Crystal, but Jason said that we don't even know. This made Rita angry, and she started using her power to hurt Zach. Billy said, "Let Zach go." Then Billy quickly made up a lie and said that he had found a map inside the ship. Using it, he had calculated that the crystal was buried under a donut shop in the city. As soon as Rita found out the location, she immediately left. As she was leaving, she used her magic to attack Billy, and Billy fell straight into the ocean. As soon as everyone freed themselves, Jason and the others started pulling Billy out. When Kimberly checked his breath and heartbeat, she understood that Billy was not alive. Jason felt terrible and blamed himself. He told his friends to take Billy to the spaceship. Maybe Zordon could save him. Reaching the ship, they told Zordon everything, but Zordon said that nothing could be done now. Hearing this, Jason was broken. He said that it was all his fault. He had prepared everyone to face Rita while they were not ready yet. Kimberly said that everyone had made the decision together. "It is not your fault. If it were possible, she would sacrifice herself to bring Billy back." The others said the same. Just then, suddenly there was a reaction in the Morphin network, and a portal opened. Now Zordon's body could return, but Zordon reversed the ship's system so that he could bring Billy back to life in his place. Billy opened his eyes, and everyone was overjoyed. Jason thanked Zordon. Now they had all become close friends. So Jason said that the time had come to morph. Everyone connected their minds and bodies, and finally they became the Power Rangers. They needed to hurry because Rita had gathered all the stolen gold and summoned a giant monster named Goldar. She also sent her putties to destroy Zordon's ship. Jason and the team came through the portal and arrived on the mountain. Rita's army was waiting there. Jason drew his sword from his armor and started taking down the enemies. But the enemies were too many, so Zach went inside the cave and came back with his Zord. The Black Ranger's Zord showed its power and finished off all those enemies. But the battle was not over yet. Goldar and Rita were advancing toward the city. Jason told everyone to summon their Zords. Because of the armor connection, everyone was ready. In the city, the Rangers split up and started directing people towards safe locations. In the middle of the fight, Jason noticed that his father was on the road looking for him. Just then, Goldar attacked and the car flipped over. Jason came out of his Zord and, fighting his way through, reached the car. He pulled his father Sam out and took him to a safe place. Sam felt that this warrior looked somehow familiar, but Jason quickly went back into his Zord. The Rangers attacked Goldar, but he was very powerful. The Pink Ranger took a risk and used her Zord to launch Billy toward Rita. While falling, the Blue Ranger activated his Zord system and released an energy wave. This caused Goldar and Rita to fall to the ground. As soon as Rita was knocked unconscious, all the putties that were running on her power broke apart. Everyone thought the fight was over, but Goldar got up and revived Rita. He slammed the ground hard, and the Geo Crystal became visible under the donut shop. Rita was just about to take the crystal, but the Rangers stood in front of the pit and fired from their weapons. Still, the monster started breaking their Zords and pushed them toward the pit, pouring all their strength into one more attack. Jason and the others tried again, but everyone fell into the pit. Now Rita and Goldar were about to take the crystal, but suddenly a very large machine appeared. The Rangers' Zords joined together and formed an extremely powerful warrior, which the Blue Ranger named the Megazord. But Rita was not scared. She merged her body with Goldar and became even more powerful. The Megazord threw many punches and kicks. Goldar still would not stop. But just then, the Red Ranger reminded everyone of the technique taught by Alpha 5. Everyone dodged the enemy's attack. Then they grabbed Goldar from behind and slammed him forcefully to the ground. The Megazord pulled out 2 swords and struck Goldar. Finally, Goldar started to break apart. Now Rita had become weak, so she started begging for forgiveness. The Red Ranger said, "Give us the green coin and surrender. We will spare your life." But Rita refused to do so. Then Jason gave her a powerful slap with the Megazord, exactly like the one he had given to the bully at school. With that slap, Rita went flying into space like a rocket. Her body froze, and she would keep drifting through space just like that. Finally, the battle was over. The Power Rangers had saved their city and the world. People began thanking the heroes, but no one knew their real identity. A few days later, everyone went back to living their ordinary lives. Their world was now safe. Jason went back to the ship and left his sword there. He made a promise that if any danger came to the world, he would return. Now he went back to school for detention, but this time his friends were with him. With this, the movie comes to an end.